What's in a name? It's legacy, it's history, it's respect. And this season, names become legend. This is passion, this is power, this is our culture. This is Newcastle, Bristol, Caledonia, Sheffield, Plymouth, London, Manchester, Surrey, Cheshire, Leicester. This is basketball. So know our passion, our power, our culture, know our name.
Welcome to the British Basketball League. Teams up and down the country compete against each other to be crowned British Basketball League champions. We're here to break it down for you, so let's get to it. Each team can have 5 players on the court at any one time, but can sub players on and off throughout the match. Players can shoot for 2 points by attempting a shot from within the 3-point line, or go for 3 points by shooting outside the 3-point line. Free throws are worth 1 point each, and these are shot from the free throw line. Each basketball game is made up of 4 10-minute quarters and can never end in a draw. If the teams are equal on points at the final whistle, we go to overtime. Any fouls or violation of the rules results in possession of the ball being turned over to the opposing team. The attacking team has 24 seconds to take a shot, otherwise a shot clock violation will occur. Once the offensive team crosses the center court line, they cannot go back into their own half. Doing so will result in a backcourt violation. To move the ball around the court, players can pass or dribble. And if a player stops dribbling, they can't just start up again. Doing so would result in a double dribble violation. Travelling is another violation that could see your team turn over possession. This happens when players move with the ball but without dribbling. The only exceptions to this are pivoting with the ball upon possession or taking 2 steps after dribbling. Now lace up your sneakers, take to the court, or come join us in the crowd. This is the British Basketball League. Know our name.
And a very, very warm welcome to everybody watching here on the BBL YouTube channel, and a live or on demand for the biggest game of the season so far from Ellesmere Port Sports Village. It's the BBL Trophy Semi-Final. Cheshire Phoenix versus the Sheffield Sharks. Will the Phoenix be able to make it back-to-back finals, or will the Sharks come and spoil the party and make their first trophy final in 5 years? I'll be bringing the action to you alongside my good friend Salty. Nice to see you again, sir.
Yeah, good to be back, and like you say, this is going to be a cracker of a game tonight. It's going to be very good. I can just feel it. You can feel it.
Absolutely. The atmosphere's building nicely. There's a huge crowd waiting to come in earlier on. And there's still people, a steady queue, steady flow coming into the arena itself. So I think we're in for another packed house tonight, that's for sure. And with just one slot to fill for the final. As in earlier on in the week, we saw the Caledonia Gladiators beat the Derby Trailblazers in the first semi-final that took place, as you can see there. And I believe you were there to witness it firsthand, sir.
Yeah, that was very good. I got the opportunity to go to Derby and watch the game, and congratulations to Derby. Not only did they put on a great event and a good display, they also played very, very well and ran Caledonia right to the end. So they had a great atmosphere. The fans there were on fire. It was very loud. We had fans from Glasgow that came down, and the guys along with Freddie and the guys here, they were all down there too, and they were saying it was a great atmosphere, and it just goes to show that the talent that we've got in the NBL, because Marcus Smith, who went off for 39 and 10, was just a beast out there, and it was just a great atmosphere and a great event for the BBL. So congratulations, Derby Trailblazers.
Absolutely, and I mean we saw that firsthand in the first round here, didn't we? With Phoenix against Nottingham Hoods. What a good show that Nottingham put up in that round again, that game against us.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, just shows the talent that we do have in our National Basketball League as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they were unable to emulate the feat of Solent Kestrels. Used to be Solent Stars, that's going back some time, isn't it? Solent Kestrels a few seasons ago. So, but yeah, Caledonia will be playing in front of the home crowd as well.
And that's going to be
later on this month.
That's going to be a big advantage for them being able to play up there. But what a crowd puller that'll be for them up in Glasgow.
Absolutely. So as I say, two teams just 40 minutes away from it. And I interviewed both coaches before the game this afternoon. First of all, I caught up with the Sheffield Sharks coach Atiba Lyons. Let's see what he had to say. And with the Sheffield Sharks head coach Atiba Lyons, firstly, many congratulations on reaching another milestone tonight. I believe it's his 600th game in charge.
Oh, it's good. No idea. Yeah.
Did you think you'd be 14 and a half years on? Did you think you'd be still here in the hunt for silverware?
No, but I'm happy I am. You know, it's a pleasant surprise for sure. You know, it's been a great journey and a great ride, and I'm looking forward to many more.
And after all this time, is obviously the hunger's still there for that success.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't go away. The winning and the passion for basketball is just something that'll always be in me, and it's just it's my nature. So whether there's a million people or one person watching, it's the same way.
And obviously it's 5 years since the last time you reached the trophy final and 10 years since you won it. I say that hunger's still there then is it because that length of time has expired that you're eager to get back there again?
I mean, it's nice to try to get there again. It's been a little bit of time in between, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's so special to win a final and a trophy. It's not easy to do, and I won a lot early on, and I took it for granted a little bit, so it'll be good to get there again, yeah.
It's been a tough season for you, obviously, so far, languishing down in the bottom half of it. You've made some changes recently. Is that a necessity to try and still be competitive at the end of the season?
I think we just wanted to change. I think that team that we changed from probably still had a chance to still compete. But I just thought the way we were playing needed to change slightly for the most success for a chance at silverware. Our consistency wasn't quite there. So, you know, I think we're a stronger roster now, and that's all I can hope for.
And another quick change, obviously, Flowers out and Pipkins in. Do you feel that's a better fit now? It's a bit late if it isn't, but do you feel that's a better fit for you now?
No, yeah, he is. He's Tyler's a great player, but Pip's probably a little bit more what we need this year with the current team. Gives us a different style, a style that we've seen in the past with us, where we're a little more athletic on the wings, and we can really get up and pressure the ball and play some defense full court, but also hit some shots and make some plays from the guard's position. So I think it's a little bit more of what we're used to seeing.
And obviously, we've only met each other twice in the league so far, and the last time was in December. Does that play any part in it, the past meetings this season, or is this just a complete separate one and done and that's it?
I think it. You know, we've had a little bit of a feel out of each other. I think it's different teams both ways, so it's going to be exciting.
That's great. Thanks a lot for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So Coach Lyons, as I said, his 600th game in charge tonight. Many congratulations to him. He'll obviously want to celebrate that with a win tonight, won't he, obviously?
Yeah, absolutely. And even if it wasn't his 600th, I'm sure he'd want to win tonight. I kind of agree with some of his comments there in the team that he had before recruiting again. His consistency around that team. They did have consistency issues, and they weren't playing. And it'll be interesting how his new signings go, because a lot of it now for a coach in bringing in new players like this is getting them to gel together, getting them within the system, getting them to lock into the system. So gelling that with the existing teammates as well will be interesting.
Absolutely. And Jalen Pipkins had a great opener, great debut, didn't he, on last week against Surrey?
Yeah, played really well, and just goes to show that he can play both sides of the ball as well. So it was a great opener for him.
And talking of consistency, the Cheshire Phoenix coach is looking to reach back-to-back finals. So let's see what he had to say when I caught up with him a little bit earlier on. So a huge, exciting night ahead tonight, Ben. Chance to take your team to back-to-back finals. That's obviously going to make you feel absolutely fantastic. And also the youngest coach as well to do that. I think since Robbie Pears did it, one of your predecessors back in 2004.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity. Obviously, trying to defend the trophy, but we can't overlook Sheffield. You know, they had a great win last round against Leicester. Brought some new players in, so they're a much changed team. And we've got to focus on this. We can't look ahead at all.
And how much of yourself and your captain Larry drawn on last year's success to try and spur the lads over the line into another final?
Yeah, obviously, a lot of new faces in the team means that they don't have that sort of, sentimental feeling about the competition from last year. But yeah, like me and Larry have spoken about it, the team know that we've all got to buy in to try and defend it, and we've got to get the crowd behind us and get them involved as well.
And you've also got 4 losing finalists from various competitions last year. Obviously, Jamal, David, and Jack from the losing cup team from Giants, and also Will, who you defeated in the trophy final. I believe he's been reminded of that once or twice already. How much of that do you think is going to spur them on as well to get to another final and hopefully push on and go one better again this year?
Yeah, look, every single player wants to be in finals. Every player wants a chance to win something, and sometimes professionals can end their career and never being in a final. And we've got, we're 1 game away, we're 40 minutes away, and those guys that you've just spoke about definitely have that added motivation that they didn't get that chance last season. But yeah, look, we're all hungry. We've all done all our work this week, and practice is just about going out there and performing now.
And you spoke about home court advantage as well. We all remember 12 months ago what an atmosphere it was in here that night. Hopefully that can be replicated tonight and help to get the guys over the line into another final.
Yeah, we definitely need Knicks Nation. Obviously, we know the fans are amazing this season, especially. We've packed out more or less every single game. But yeah, it's down to us to get the fans involved and get them motivated to want to cheer us on, and we aim to do that tonight.
And both teams are a little bit different to the last time you met. I think the last time was back in December. Do you think it will be the new additions on both sides that might make a difference? Because there's not a lot you don't know about the rest of the squad from both sides either.
Yeah, obviously, they've got Pipkins and DeVille Ramsey in now, and we've obviously got Amari here. So yeah, it's not exactly the same, but they're still playing a very similar style of basketball. We're playing a very similar style of basketball. So it's who plays there is the best.
I say exciting night ahead, and wish you all the very best. Thanks a lot for your time as always. Good luck.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, as Coach Ben alluded there, just 40 minutes away from reaching back-to-back finals. It's a huge feat, that, isn't it? I mean, to reach one is big enough, but back-to-back as well, that shows something in the coach and the consistency that he's craving.
Yeah, and it'll also go to show the fire of the players as well, who go out there and play in this competition. And it's good to see that they still have that competitiveness, because there are a couple of competitions within the competition. So it's good to see that they still have the fire in their belly to get to this one.
Absolutely. And I always remember my first basketball coach, the late great John Grant, legend of Scottish basketball, said semi-finals are for winning, finals are for enjoying. And there's only one worse thing than losing a final, and that's losing a semi-final, isn't it?
Well, you know, to be right there and within a touch of getting to the final, you have to give your all tonight. Tonight is do or die, basically, to get into that final, and both teams will be going at it to make that final.
Absolutely. So exciting here. You can feel the anticipation rising. It's going to be a full house, as I said, and both teams absolutely going at it. I mean, there's no quarter Astor lost in the normal games, so when there's a final at stake as well, it's going to be one heck of a game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look at the rosters tonight. As we can see, Sheffield with their two new additions there, Jalen Pipkins and DeVille Ramsey. And you'll notice there's one omission from the Cheshire Phoenix roster. No Mike Otcherobia. Fortunately, he's departed. He's had a good opportunity to go and play in Senegal, I believe, over in the African League. And we wish Big Mike all the very best. He's been a great servant to the club. And wish him all the best.
Yeah, he's a big fan favourite as well as Mike, so yeah, definitely be missed here, but yeah, all the best to him.
And one name at the top of that Cheshire Phoenix list, the skipper, Larry Austin Jr. We have to look back 12 months to that game, the semi-final second leg. I'm sure everyone will remember this. That dunk that he performed over the top of Fraser Malcolm, that's the one that got everyone off their feet here. Look at the reaction from the players' staff. Look at the reaction from the Phoenix teammates at the end of that one.
Oh, and Adam Day on the baseline, he's giving it all as well. The Phoenix photographer, wow.
Yeah.
Larry Austin, he wasn't doing anything other than that when he got the ball.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That really sparked everything that night. Unfortunately, Adam's watching it from sunnier climes tonight. He's over in Gran Canaria. He's missing this one, unfortunately. So a toss-up, really, I think, isn't it?
lucky for some. Lucky for some. He'll be listening to it, though. I'm sure he will be.
I hope you enjoy the game there, Debbie and Ad. So, we're here now with the starting fives for the Phoenix. It's the skipper, Larry Austin Jr., leading his troops into battle, joined by Marcus Evans, Jamal Anderson, Tajai Teague and Will Neighbour. And for the Sheffield Sharks, it's Devell Ramsey, Saeed Nelson. He also had a big game as well, didn't he, against Surrey the other week?
He did.
Jalen Pipkins, Jordan Ratinho and Bennett Cook.
And our boys in the middle in pink, Paul Unsworth, Josh Bowe and Pavel Shafranez.
Something actually I forgot to mention last week, that Roger Harrison clocked up his 3,000th game, didn't he, back at the end of January? That's incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I was with him on Wednesday in Derby, and he said he's got a lot more in the tank as well. He's still going strong.
Is he grandfather, great grandfather, a referee?
He's got to be the great grandfather, old Dodge. So yeah, he's a good guy.
He's
Dodge.
Been around forever.
Everyone knows him.
Yeah. So here we go. We're underway, and it's Sheffield have this first possession of this semi-final. 40 minutes away from finding out who will meet Caledonia up in Glasgow at the end of this month. Bennett Cook on a charging foul, took straight away.
Yep.
By Will Neighbour.
Great call from Josh Bowe there. He went straight into him. Will Neighbour standing his ground, and a good start for the Phoenix at the moment.
Good quick first step from Neighbour, wasn't it? Get him in that driving lane in front of the player.
Yeah, to get there first, you got to get to the spot first, and that's what he did.
Teague going in. Now and one at the other end. Bennett Cook does exactly the same, this time on Teague.
That's great consistency from the referees. You had one down one end and the exact down the other end. Everyone's ready for this tonight, even our referees.
That's right, called by the same man as well, so that shows that level of consistency, doesn't it? Ramsey for Sharks, and a long two opens the scoring.
And that's what Ramsey would have been brought in for by Coach Lyons. Come in, be able to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Jamal over the top, beautiful pass to Will Neighbour. That backdoor cut left him wide open and just glanced it in off the glass.
A nice good look there from Jamal as well, and for them to be on the same page.
Absolutely. Bennett Cook thought twice about that move inside then. Will Neighbour was ready for him. Just a knowing glance at each other. And the Phoenix come away with it again. Teague battling inside. Nice spin move. Can't convert. Big rebound by Larry Austin Jr. He's fired up for it.
Larry Austin Jr., he's brought that to his game this year. Offensive rebound are big for him, and that should be on the scouting report. You've got to get a body on him.
Absolutely. He loves it in amongst the big guys, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves it, yeah.
Rising up above them. Cross-court build.
Oh, nice
brilliant move by Pipkins.
Nice.
Just left Larry Austin Jr. grasping at air.
It's a nice quick move by him as well.
And he ties things up at fours. Just over 2 minutes of this tie gone. Over the top again to Will Neighbour. And nice play inside. I think the Phoenix have got to make the most of this mismatch. Obviously, since Sharks have made the changes, they've got a little bit smaller, haven't they? They've obviously still got Bennett Cook and Marcus Delpeche. But generally, with the Phoenix having two big guys on in Teague and Neighbour, there's going to be a mismatch there, isn't there?
Their offense already looks like part of their offensive plan, already looks like they're targeting Ratinho. They've got, like you say, the two bigs in Taj and Will Neighbour, and whichever guy that Ratinho's marking, that person's going straight into the post. Looks like that's what their game plan is for tonight.
Evans with the inbound. Austin Jr. inside again to Neighbour. Neighbour
again.
This time the mismatch on Pitkins. He dishes out to Teague, moves the ball round well. Corner pocket to Anderson. Oh, and somehow banks it. Wow, he liked that one.
It's got to be the hardest shot in the game. A corner three and banks it off the backboard. Oh, that's luck. Sometimes you need that.
That's it. Swerve shot on it. Ramsey's just off left there. Austin Jr. out in the transition to Marcus Evans. Dishes off to Teague. Oh, he missed. He fumbles it. It's a nice move up to that point. Nice quick ball movement and good awareness as well, knowing where the Phoenix teammates were. And Sheffield got away with one there. So Phoenix open up an early 5-point lead, 6.5 of this first quarter to go. They lead 9 points to 4. Inside to Cook, and he slams it home. Made himself that half a yard, and Neighbour could do nothing this time inside.
And Cook has been the consistency in this Sheffield team. You know what you're going to get from him. Put him down in the post, and he's going to post up and get what he can.
Marcus Evans long with that three attempt.
It was way off.
And Nelson now with it for the Sharks.
Back to Cook again.
Cook inside, this time backing Teague down, and Teague gets a piece of it. I think there's the referee warning there about hooking, maybe, as his elbow seemed to have come round in there. Yeah.
That's just a big man move. That's just a big man move. He's okay.
He showed his strength inside again there. A little nudge off, bought himself some space.
We're already showing game plans from both teams, offensively anyway, that they're both going to go inside and think they've got those mismatches at both ends.
And that's Bennett Cook onto 6 points early doors, and Tajai Teague turns the ball over again, down low. I'm saying on the way up to the game tonight, I was expecting a big game off Taj. He's had a quiet few weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it depends on matchups and stuff like that as well, and tonight if he gets that matchup, he may attack the basket and he may have a big game.
Sheffield with the first change of the night. Marcus Delpesh in for Bennett Cook. Nelson short but gets his own rebound and gives Sharks the lead back. Just coming up to halfway through this first quarter. Sharks lead by 10 points to 9. Marcus Evans, he's going inside, pulls up a little bit too long. Pitkins comes away with it. It's to Delpesh, out to Routinho. Routinho drives inside, looks at Delpesh down low but dishes it out. Sharks moving it round the perimeter. Ramsey out wide to Nelson. Nelson takes it inside, and
nice.
Delpesh was the extra man.
It's great, just great offensive.
Slams it home.
Great offensive ball movement there by the Sharks. The Phoenix right till the end done well in their defensive rotations right until the end. Good ball movement.
That extends the Sharks lead to 3. Larry Austin Jr. is looking to do something about that now. Swatted away by Jordan Routinho. And Pitkins on the transition. And gets the N1. Teague looking to block him. Look at that block from Routinho. Pitkins all the way in there. Teague was never in the position to do that, was he?
Yeah, he needs to get himself back in front of the ball. Instead of playing defense from the side, just get in front of the ball and make him do something else. You find that with quite a few players sometimes, where they do actually have those defensive where they stay on the side instead of getting back in front.
Yeah. So Pitkins on the line for 2. And Phoenix with their first 2 changes of the night. Teague and Evans taking a seat, and Archibald and Jack in for their first taste of this semi-final action.
And this is a bit of a different rotation for Coach Thomas. It's normally Larry Austin Jr. that comes out quite early, so we'll see how we go from here for him.
Foul called on Nelson there. Nice ball over the top for Anderson. Again, wise to that mismatch. Nelson just got himself tangled up in Anderson's arms. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Again, it's good vision by the Phoenix players who are catching their teammates on that occasion on the hoop side of the basket and being able to seal Saeed Nelson.
So Nelson's first foul of the night. He's taking a seat, and Kipper Nichols in for the Sharks. Anderson good with the first. Cheshire and Sheffield have met 22 times all in all in the trophy over the years. Sharks winning 16 of those. So, well on top as far as the head-to-head's concerned, as Anderson makes both of them. The last time they were in a one-legged elimination game was on the 24th of February back in 2001 at the start of the Jets' domination of this trophy. Back when they had the semi-finals in the old Sky Dome Arena in Coventry. Those were the days, great days out they were. Nice move by Archibald. Nice little floater over the top there. He's making his mark early. And pulls that deficit back to 4. Pipkins. He goes inside, now over the top to Delpesh, but a little bit too high. Delpesh just mistimed his jump as well.
Nice.
And a foul there by Ramsey.
Nice call by Paul Unsworth there. Going downhill, Archibald's too quick at going downhill and didn't get in front of the ball.
And he'll take a seat. That's his first foul of the night. And Rodney Glasgow Jr., the Sheffield Sharks captain, he's in and he's marks the Phoenix captain. Neighbour for 3. He's good. And trims that deficit back to just 1.
Definitely a missed assignment in the defensive end there by Sheffield. That's going to be on the scouting report, that not to leave Will Neighbour open on the 3-point line.
Absolutely. Glasgow with a floater over the top, no good, but manages to get his own ball back, and he gets the and one as well. Scrambling around that key. Foul called on Jamal Anderson. That's going to be his first. And Rodney Glasgow Jr. will go to the line for the bonus.
It's good to see the little boys mixing it up with the big timber inside.
And he gets that. Glasgow Jr. signed a 3-year deal in September, taking over the captaincy role after the great Mike Tuck announced his retirement. He's in the house tonight. Come here to watch this one.
Yes, he's definitely coming to see the semi-final.
Neighbour from way downtown, and this time a little bit too out, maybe not out of his range, but not quite set for that. Larry Austin taking a seat.
Yeah, he saw the shot clock down as well, so he thought he'd better get it up. So,
and Neighbour takes a seat as well, and David Ulf in for his first taste of the action. So 2:10 of this first quarter left. Sharks lead by 4, 20 points to 16, and it's Glasgow Jr. with the ball. Delpesh out to Ratinho. Nichols looking for options. Shot clock's getting low. Ratinho nails the 3 as the shot clock was getting down to the buzzer, and extends their lead out to 7.
That's a great shot by Ratinho. He had hands in his face as well on that shot. So it was contested, but just a great shot by him.
Evans now for the Phoenix. Phoenix shot clock dropping down, and Kipper Nichols gets a piece of that. And Sharks come away with it again, over the top by Rodney Glasgow Jr. to Nichols. He lays it in, and Coach Thomas calls the timeout. Sharks have an early lead in this one, 25 points to 16, 1:18 of this first quarter left. And it's just what the Sharks ordered, I think. Salty, silence this EPSV crowd.
Sheffield are doing really well on the offensive end. There's a Mr. C. As you can see, 2 players there coming out to Retinho and still making that shot. But the Sharks are doing a good job of on the defensive end and then pushing the ball down and getting quick, easy baskets, which is normally a play that the Knicks get. Come down the other end, Phoenix are dribbling a lot. They've got a lot in the, and then they're holding it. It's getting down late in the shot clock. They're not moving the ball as swiftly as they did in the first couple of minutes. And that's telling that they're putting up shots, just getting up shots late in the shot clock. Probably shots that Coach Thomas doesn't want to be taken.
Yeah, most definitely. Say that ball movement. It's been critical to Phoenix' success all summer, all season, I should say. And the fact that when we've seen them flow and win good games, it's been down to that ball movement and sharing it as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of their players, they have got some great outside shooters, and a lot of their players, either Marcus Evans or Larry Austin Jr., penetrating and kicking to the open shot, and that's just not happening at the moment. But again, Sheffield are doing a great job on defensive rotations, and they're upsetting their flow a little bit.
We're back underway. 70 seconds of this first quarter left. Evans down to Anderson. Anderson decides to take it inside himself, dishes out to Jack. Jack to Archibald, he looks to take it in. Long 2 from Archibald is good.
That's great defense again, though, by Sheffield Sharks. They're making their rotations, getting there quickly, but just a great shot by Archibald as well.
Forcing the Phoenix into tough shots, aren't they? So
they are, yes.
Off the glass, no good. Evans comes away with it. Archibald on the transition. He's just overcooks the lay-in. Kipper away with it as well at the other end, and it's been juggled around. Evans, he didn't put his head up there. He finds Archibald in the end. And he's missed again. 2 lay-ins from Mari Archibald. Would have brought it back to a one-shot game. And that transition game looks to be there again now for the Phoenix. It's just the execution.
Yes, both of them looking for that as well. Both of them looking for that transition game.
So all a bit frenetic in that last few passages of play. 4.3 on the clock. Kipper Nichols wide open there. Jamal Anderson asleep. And that sees the end of the first quarter, with the Sharks taking a 9-point lead, 27 points to 18.
And they're doing a very good. A couple of times there, the Phoenix players have, like you say, fell asleep and haven't gone to those rotations and haven't gone to those open shots. So, as you can see here, the block on one end and they're off to the races, and they are pushing that ball and getting down court. And like we've said before, again, it's Cheshire getting a bit out of their flow. Coach Thomas had to take a time out to try and stem that flow and try to get them back into it. But Sheffield have definitely come to play, and I was talking about players gelling together, the new players coming in and gelling into the system. And for the Sheffield Sharks, it looks like they're doing that early.
Absolutely. And it can happen like that, can't it? Sometimes you change rotations, and it's just that final piece of the jigsaw that's missing, just that last player. One player doesn't make a team, but one player can make a heck of a difference to a side, can't he?
It can bring a different type of energy, a different type of look for the team in terms of defensively, offensively. He might be able to spark everything from defensive plays. So you're right, it doesn't stem from one player, but the one thing that they bring in can turn that team around. And Sheffield are played well in that first quarter.
And they look at a bit of a different team as well, and it's changed that dynamic from just a pure defensive team that just stifles the opposition. They're the lowest scoring team in the league, and you look at a lot of their games, are very, very low scoring. and they make it so difficult. They're absolutely nailed in on defence to make it difficult for the opposition to score. But now the last couple of pieces they've added in Ramsey and Pitkins, it just gives them that offensive pressure, offensive threat as well, doesn't it?
They've always been known as a team that grinds other teams down. They grind them down. The Mike Tucks of the Sheffield, players like that, and now they've got a bit of movement up high and that's what they're looking for, some offensive improvement.
Phoenix underway in this second quarter. Came off a Sheffield foot, and it's going to be in-line possession to the Phoenix. So early point scorers, Jalen Pitkins leading all scorers on 7 alongside Will Neighbour. Amari Archibald with a triple from the far side. Gets the Phoenix moving again in this second quarter. Just the start Coach Thomas would have wanted.
Yeah, and hopefully that's a start for Archibald to go off as well, making that shot there after his missed 2 layups.
Nichols from the top of the key. He's good. And Evans calling the play once again for the Phoenix.
Some great matchups on the court as well. Marcus Evans and Ramsey out here is a great matchup watching them.
The 2 skippers going head to head as well. Marcus Evans for 3. He's good. Back-to-back threes opening this quarter for the Phoenix. That's livened this crowd up a bit.
And that's that ball movement that we've been talking about. Bit of a penetrate kick, move the ball, and find the open shooters.
Nichols on the other side. Bennett Cook sending Saeed Nelson absolutely flying there.
Friendly fire.
Nelson was looking around. Foul called on Marcus Evans there. Really see what that was all about there, to be honest with you. Marcus Evans had a surprised look on his face, and he's obviously querying as to why he was called that now. A timeout called by the Sharks. Decent start to this second quarter by the Phoenix, that's for sure. Back-to-back threes opening it up for them, and they've trimmed that deficit into just 5. Sheffield Sharks lead 24-29.
And they needed that start as well. They went through a couple of patches in the first quarter, like we said, where they're putting up shots at the late in the shot clock. So they needed a good start, and they've moved the ball a lot better, and they've been able to find open shooters to get them back into the game. And Coach Lyons, again, like Coach Thomas did in the first quarter, he's trying to stop that flow and taking a timeout to do so.
As I said, that second triple certainly got the EPSV crowd livened up a little bit. And we all remember what it was like in here, as I said, 12 months ago. It was a 2-legged semi-final then against the then Glasgow Rocks. Caledonia Gladiators now, of course. Phoenix 12 points down after that first leg defeat up in Glasgow. Then overcame that, 8 points up at half-time in that second leg. And then second half, one of the most remarkable second halves I've ever seen here at EPSV. 69 points they poured in that second half and took the game 115-72 on the day. And what an atmosphere it was in here that night. We saw earlier a sample of that. Oh, and great move inside by David Ulf, drawing a blocking foul on Bennett Cook, and Ulf goes in on the left-handed layup.
And that's good to see from David Ulf, attacking the basket like that. One of the role players in the team, but having that energy to be able to go and take that basket, take it to the basket and get that and one. It was a nice step to the side.
Great move by him.
Yeah, it was a nice
He'll go to the line for the bonus. We were talking earlier in the week about David Ulf as well, and we said obviously with Big Mike's departure, he's going to have to step up into that role now. And he's a real big confidence player, isn't he? When things are going for him, you see a completely different player in David Ulf, and he's getting back to that sort of player that we've seen at the top of his game at the Giants.
Absolutely, he's just getting back from that injuries, or a couple of injuries he had at the beginning of the season too, which hopefully he'll get him back into the season for that.
Saeed Nelson there, just a warning for grabbing the ball on the way out of the basket. Del Pesh dropped it in. Just 4 points in this one now. Sharks lead 31-27. Marcus Evans manages to retrieve the ball. He goes for the triple, and that's his second triple of the night. And we've got ourselves a 1 point game. Starting to simmer.
Was a good shot, but again, not a lot of movement on the ball on the offensive end for the Phoenix.
Coutinho just about grabbed in by Pitkins, inside to Del Pesh. Del Pesh, trademark move from him. That little hook stroke floater over the top of the big guy.
And I thought it wouldn't take too long, but here comes Will Neighbour to the subs bench.
Austin Jr. drives in. Nothing and no one stops him when he's in a mood like he's in tonight. Saw the big man in front of him. Just rises to that challenge like a red rag to a bull, isn't it? And he always attacks that basket too, and you have to attack like that on the big guys, because otherwise, if they sit under the hoop like that, you're not going to attack anything. Hand in by Jamal Anderson. Will Neighbour coming back in. David Ulf taking a seat.
And again, gets a well-deserved round of applause from the guys here at the crowd at Ellesmere Port. Well done.
It's right, knowledgeable crowd here in EPSV. Nelson going in with a tough move there.
Yep.
And a foul called on Coutinho. As Larry Austin was off at the races.
Yeah. You know, you're going to have to be very quick to be able to get in front of him. And as you can see there, Coutinho wasn't in front and then makes that contact from the side. Quite an easy call there for Pavel.
Not only not in front, but looks to have given up as well. Neighbour from way downtown this time. Pitch perfect. And gives the Phoenix the lead back. So from being 11 down, Phoenix are back into the lead. 35-33, 6:20 of this first half left.
And that's a good shot. That's not as... I mean, that's a Will Neighbour shot, but it's not as easy coming cold off the bench like that to hit those shots.
Evans, good spin move down at the other end. Passes back out to Jamal. Archibald. Larry going one-on-one with Del Pesh. Beautiful behind the back move by Will Neighbour. Oh, and the ball's been put in.
Yes.
Oh, it didn't go in.
That's a great call.
No basket.
That's a great call by Paul Unsworth. Good job. That is good. That is a good call. And I'll tell you what, that's great defense by Del Pesh as well.
It was,
Got up in there, still in his cylinder, arms up. Played some great defense there.
Things are really starting to hot up here now. The semi-final atmosphere was building. Now it's getting real. Nichols. Pitkins looking for options.
Oh,
Archibald.
Hands and lanes.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
Oh, dear me.
He nearly squashed the ball.
Just got it up. So you see here, just tipped it in, but the buzzer just went a fraction before it left his hand. It was unfortunate. And great work by Amari Archibald there. Just ran away from him. When you talk about downhill, it looks as if it was going downhill, running away from him. You see Will Neighbour absolutely spot on with that three. Oh, he's 2 from 3 already, and that's got to be good as far as the Phoenix are concerned. When he gets into his groove early on, it's normally a good night. He's the first man in double figures tonight. 10 points personal for Will.
Here's another great matchup. Kipper Nichols and Jamal Anderson.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, in and out. And a foul there by Del Pesh. on Will Neighbour. Great defensive work again by Will Neighbour. He took up a great position there.
He did, yeah. And I don't think Delpesh needed to grab him there. I thought he could have gone for a second bite without grabbing him.
You can see he went for the ball with his right hand and went for Will with his left.
Yeah. I don't know if he needed to. He could have got that.
Again, as we say, it's all in the positioning, isn't it?
Absolutely. Rebound is about 90% or 80% position.
Absolutely. Larry going all the way in again. He gets the call. Foul called on Jordan Moutinho. That's his second. And Larry will go to the line for 2 shots.
The Phoenix tend to do well when Larry Austin Jr. attacks the basket, and it frees up a lot of things as well. So once he attacks the basket a few times like he has now, then that help side's going to come, and it frees up the outside shooters. So he attacks, the rotation comes for help defense, they move the ball and they'll hit their open jump shot, hit their open shooters.
Jordan Moutinho taking a seat, Rodney Glasgow Jr. coming in. Larry's just off with his first. I was saying about Will Neighbour, I saw an interview in the week with Larry Austin. He said he's reminded Will once or twice over the season of last year's trophy final.
Yes.
When Will was part of that London Lions team that the Phoenix beat.
I saw that interview, and within the interview as well, Will also said the person that he is gelling most on the court now is Larry Austin Jr.
Yeah. Delpesh, wide open from Delpesh. You can leave him with them all day long.
that's the defensive strategy. You can see it. I saw it when Dave Wolf was on the court. He stood off him. Will Neighbour's doing exactly the same, and they're saying shoot the ball.
Oh, unlucky. Larry Austin Jr. looking to find Jamal Anderson on that cross-court pass. He couldn't quite grab it in. And then Ramsey draws a foul on Larry. As Phoenix make another change, Archibald taking a seat. Maceo Jack back into the action. Ramsey now with the rock for the Sharks. Glasgow Jr. to Pitkins. Pitkins over the top. This time Delpesh gets the rebound but can't gather it in. And Will Neighbour cleans things up. Dishes out to Evans. Evans looking for options. The ball's moved round quickly. Back out to Will Neighbour. Neighbour going to work inside on Marcus Delpesh. Superb move by Will Neighbour. He's made that one of his moves this year, hasn't he? Everyone knows the threat from outside, but he's also showed that he can do it inside, and he's rolling back the years.
And that's really surprising that it actually go down and take Marcus Delpesh in the post, because he's definitely got the strength over Will, but Will had the footwork there in the fadeaway, was able to make that little mid-range fadeaway, and like you say, he's made that a part of his game this year as well. So good on you, Will. Well done.
Superb play as we see there on the replay. And you say about strength, I mean, you're only looking at the two physical specimens. Obviously, Delpesh is stacked. Will's more of a leaner type of guy, but he's got tremendous strength even so. And he's made that a big part of his defensive game this year. As I say, everyone knows that offensive threat that he possesses, particularly from beyond the arc. He's added that repertoire we've just seen inside now, but he's also been asked to step up into this 5 role this season by Coach Thomas, and he's just added that extra facet to his all-round game as well, defensively.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago how part of his game now and his game this season has been his defense and being able to get into those defensive rebounds. And like you say, Coach Thomas would have asked him to step up. I think he needed to within the team. He needed to step up to that role, and he stretched them at the offensive end. He stretches defensive teams, but then, like you say, down on the defensive end, he's able to get those rebounds. So he is having a good season, and he's adding to his repertoire.
And he's a lot tougher than a lot of people probably give him credit for as well. I mean, he's developed that over the season. I think at the start of the year, being asked to play in that new role, he struggled a little bit. I think, if the truth be known, it was something he was developing. Jack with the strip on Pipkins and stuffs it home. Two-handed jam by Maceo Jack. There's one for the highlight reels. Cook for the Sharks, out to Glasgow Junior. He's off right. Marcus Evans just steadies things down for the Phoenix once again. Just over 3 minutes of this first half left, and the Phoenix have extended their lead out to 7. 40 points to 33. And foul there on Bennett Cook. He looks absolutely disgusted by that one. But importantly, that's his third of the night. That could give Coach Ativa Lions headaches, that's for sure. Marcus Del Pesh back on.
Yeah, that's not good, because Bennett Cook just got back on the court as well, and he's going to have to come straight back off with 3 fouls. You want to save him for down the stretch, is what Coach Lyons will want to do, so it's quite a big loss for them at this point of the game.
It is, and he started off the game on fire as well, didn't he? He was a huge threat down low.
And then that's what it would have been some of their offensive strategy, is to have Cook in the post, being able to get those mismatches, and unfortunately they won't be able to go for that for the rest of this half anyway.
So Will Neighbour good with both those, takes his personal tally up to 14. Del Pesh inside, and is good off the glass. So a lot's going to rest on his shoulders now in that big man spot.
And that's a big shot for Sheffield. They want to take that down a bit to be able to. They've had a couple of missed offensive. Shots at this end. So for them to make that little shot just helps them, get that clock, that scoreboard ticking over a little bit.
Phoenix pass just going astray there. Will Neighbour unable to keep it into play. And the ball handed over to the hand of the Sharks. Pipkins driving in, high off the glass, too high. Neighbour again with the defensive hand in there. And Evans comes away with it once again for the Phoenix. Over the top, inside to Larry Austin Jr. Oh, just a bit too hard off the glass. And unable to follow it up. And then able to put that lane in as well. Off the play.
And that's a bit of the thing. Marcus Evans drives to the basket and looks for that kick. It was a nice cut by Larry Austin Jr., just wasn't able to finish.
Nelson all the way in himself. And a great piece of work by Saeed Nelson. Just slalomed his way through the Phoenix defence then.
And he's been a little bit quiet in this first half, so that might ignite him as well. That was a great move by him.
He is. He's one of them players. I think last time Phoenix played the Sharks, Jamal Anderson for a triple. That's livened the crowd up. And he's always there conducting the EPSV faithful.
He's one of the big fan favourites, is Jamal. Such a nice guy, and that's why people can relate to him.
Absolutely. And huge congratulations to him and Georgia as well on the birth of their first daughter last week.
Yeah,
Harper Navy.
So he's making these shots on deprived sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Although I believe she's sleeping all right to start off with, so I hope that lasts for him. So, yeah, many congratulations to you both, to you all, or you both even, and all the rest of the family as well. And hope they're both doing well. Congratulations there, Georgia, if you're watching this tonight. I'm sure yourself and Harper are cheering Daddy on. Del Pesh in and out from the line. He's into double figures now. 10 points personal. Phoenix with a 6-point lead as we go into the final 60 seconds of this first half. Oh, Marcus
nice.
Evans, beautiful play by him. Everything just opened up. It's like a parting of the waves.
Yeah, Glasgow Junior's not happy because there was no rotation on the help side for him. So someone missed an assignment. They should have been in help side. He shouldn't have had an open path there.
Evans with his hand in again. Nichols manages to get the loose ball, and Evans this time his hand in illegally. It's not easy to say. And that's his second of the night. He'll take a seat. I think that's more just to protect him before the half, isn't it? So he doesn't pick up another one. Yeah,
you don't want him to get into foul trouble.
To a third, that's right.
And going down with only 33 seconds left as well. And on the defensive end.
Archibald in for him. Pipkins inside to Delpesh. Delpesh gets on the wrong side. Gets on the wrong side. A neighbour. And has missed both layup attempts. Gets it back for a third time. Still can't make it. This time too short. Wow. What a passage of play there. Delpesh did all the hard work and couldn't execute.
I mean, it's easy for me as a short guy, but he should just try and throw something down.
Archibald over the top for the final shot of the first half. He's short, but what a first half we've had. We promised you it was going to be one heck of a game, and 20 minutes in, it has not disappointed. The BBL Trophy Semi-Final here in Ellesmere Port Sports Village, and the Phoenix go into the locker room on the high side, 8 points up, 47 points to 39.
Yeah, it's been really good from both teams. I mean, Sheffield gave a really good first quarter, and Phoenix were able to come back in the second quarter and turn things around. But we are seeing a great game. Couple of different quarters going a couple of different ways, but there's been some good basketball played, some good defensive stretches, and some good offense going as well.
I was just seeing some highlights, and one of the highlight moves of the first half there, Maceo Jack with that strip on a two-handed dunk.
I think a lot of the second half, the Phoenix again will need to get their hands in passing lanes, which they've done a couple of times, but not a lot. They'll have to do that, and Sheffield will want to continue to get on with their turning defence to offensive well. So it'll be interesting to see what the coaches have to say to the teams at halftime and come out with those different strategies.
So we've got a little VT of some work that the Phoenix are doing in the community, and then we've got a very special interview for you straight on the back of that.
We're a very big basketball school here. The children are big fans. We've got lots of staff members who are fans of basketball as well. And activities like today and projects like this, they just help to inspire our children. The team and the wider community at Cheshire Phoenix are great role models for all of our children. It's great for our little ones to see and to listen and to work with these adults. It's just a great experience for them. They're all really motivated to go on and engage more with Cheshire Phoenix.
Yeah, the club are really active in the community. We deliver lots and lots of programmes across the area. It's great for the players to do, it's great for the staff and the management to engage with the community and in turn get them kids to our games. The players really enjoy it. A lot of the players want to get into teaching or coaching in the future, so they see this as a really good stepping stone.
Yeah, I'm one of the players that really do enjoy doing it. You know, if they enjoy it, there's possibilities for them to go professional. Like I tell them about, I managed to get a full scholarship to America, and that was sort of the time of my life. And then basketball could be a tool that could take them around the world. It could be like a career path for them.
And the Hoots for Health program, you've got a professional athlete still in front of you, so there's a lot of excitement with that. And I feel like it's a real good way to kind of wrap the message of healthy eating, fitness, and anti-smoking in a way that they're going to be more receptive. When me and my teammates go into schools, there's a huge buzz, and I think we kind of leave a really good mark on them when we leave the school.
Yeah, it was quite nice. Like, it was a really good assembly. It was really enjoyable and fun to learn a lot about basketball. Just getting to know where they've came from and what they've gone from to what they are now. I liked when we heard about Uganda, the project there.
The club have been involved with a project in Uganda for a number of years now. We have a guy out there called Douglas who is delivering all of our basketball activity in Uganda. It's a amazing, inspiring project. We're really proud of it. Myself and a couple of people from the club are going out in May to Uganda to see it firsthand. We're going to take lots of stuff over there to help grow the game and really impact these lives of people in Uganda.
The children benefit so much from being immersed in these diverse cultural experiences, and it really enriches their development. It feeds their aspirations for their futures.
Over the years we have, volunteers, season ticket holders, coaches, table officials, all involved because their child got involved through one of these community programmes, and that can only keep growing. So we're really proud of that, and we want to keep that up.
So we can see the important work that is done in the community by the Cheshire Phoenix, and I'm absolutely delighted to have with me here a legend of the Phoenix organisation, or the Jets organisation as was, and a man that knows all about winning the BBL Trophy, Mr. Robbie Pears. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you enjoying the game so far?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Great game. We're playing very well. Sheffield started strong, and then we've come on very strong to finish the second quarter.
So, Coach Thomas obviously looking for back-to-back finals. You made it 4 in the trot in the early 2000s. How was that?
Yeah, we won the trophy for the first time as a club in this particular competition, so it brings back good memories. But Ben has done particularly very well in this competition, and he could be winning it for the third time, which is amazing. Obviously this game's not over, but if we can sneak past this one, we have a great chance of Ben picking up his third trophy.
And some memories of your own successes back in the days. I mean, some legends of the game, and a lot of games changed now, hasn't it? As well. I mean, I think the players were a lot tougher back then. I mean, I think remember having players playing on one leg in a lot of them finals.
Yeah, it's difficult to compare the eras. Every era has very good teams, and we've got a very good team this season. And I honestly think we can win the trophy.
And how did it feel back in the day then, as a coach? Getting to that first one, was the fourth one just as good?
Yeah, the first one was the toughest. Obviously, the club had never won a trophy, and I thought it was not going to ever happen. We played a very good Newcastle team on the day, who had beat us comfortably a couple of weeks prior in the league. But to get over the line was very, very special.
And in that first one as well, we beat Sheffield in the semi-final back at the Sky Dome. Back in the days when the Sky Dome was a semi-final, that was a great place to play games, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a really good record in Coventry. Tight baskets. We weren't really a shooting team, and we did very well there.
And I believe you were talking to one of your former players, Mr. Piero Cameron, the other day.
Yeah, spoke to Piero on Tuesday. I keep in touch with him. He coaches the New Zealand national team, as we all know, and he was assistant coach in Brisbane. But he's looking at one or two other job options for next season. So good speaking to him.
And looking back at it, are you quite happy? Are you a good watcher, or do you wish you were back competing for silverware again yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm a good watcher. I like sitting and supporting our team. Sit with my mum, and I'm enjoying the games.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks for your time, Robbie. I do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the second half, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Pleasure, Mark. Good to be here.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much, Sir Robbie Pears, a legend of this parish, and a man who knows all about winning, what it takes to win the trophy. A record 4 times. And we saw a highlight reel in that first half from Maceo Jack. Here's some more from the month.
Fletcher trying to create room, step back, Jimenez, and off the glass. Wow, Ramon Fletcher there. Gets himself in the jam, gives him the up fake, takes a step through right off the glass.
Wilson Henry able to get his hands on it. McKenzie, followed by Love, who throws it down. Scorchers now can push this, can cut it down to a one-possession game. Alley, oh, baby! Shaq just went off on British Airways. No, excuse me. It's something that well, again, look out below. Flight 101, Shaquem Johnson Airlines. Shaq, your pilot.
Here's Cook again, squaring up and attacking. Pulling his way to the basket, jamming it in. That's a tough move, a struck finish.
For the Trailblazers.
He really has, and the outside shooting threat of this Derby team is going to cause many teams many problems.
Oh, great block from Raheem Thompson. Up, rush the floor. Nice spin move and a huge block by Thompson with the range.
Wherever you watch them, when they're playing on the road in London, Leicester Riders, they're one of the most composed teams. Andrew Lawrence will follow, and oh my goodness! Good night, sorry. Again, Your Royal Highness, Padilla Wang. Most kings sit on the throne. This guy goes right into battle and just reminds the Phoenix, I am the king, Padilla Wang of South Sudan. This is my
fans here at the Emirates Arena getting their money's worth early on tonight. Oh my goodness, Jamel Anderson. Let's see this one again though. Oh my goodness.
You know what, Bailey fell asleep at the back of that deep. Out to Gadsden, looking for the drive, and what a block from Hassan French.
We managed to get that ball back. That was a volleyball-esque
Rebound that's flying around all over the place. Issa Brandon ends up with it. Still 9 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Mark Hedrick. Bell sneaks the dunk in.
That ball was going here, there, and everywhere. You know, Patriots are they're struggling to look after that ball, and they're really struggling to guard Smith right now, you know?
Smith looks like he's going to shoot. They're the front runners right now for both teams. Del Pesh, great pass from Del Pesh, and the finish from Thomas Bell III. Wow.
So many of them have just been careless ones like that. Really difficult too.
Tipkins on the alley-oop pass, and he jams it in.
Against Plymouth, here's that alley-oop dunk as well. Perfectly timed pass.
Beautiful pass, beautiful finish.
Riders with the ball again, Evans. Sorry, Evan Walsh to McKenzie. Oh, what a block by Maceo Jack. Watered it right out of the house.
We spoke about Bowman having some hops. Well, there's another guy that's got some hops.
He manages to keep it alive. Just on the shots gone. Oh, on the three on the buzzer by
McKenzie.
The man of the moment, Kimball McKenzie.
And he's absolutely loving that as well. And that's just a great heads-up play, great IQ from Kimball and knowing where the shot clock is.
Oh, here we go. The London Lions will start us off on the offensive end. Oh, backdoor card dunk from Sharma. Woo!
Keep your eyes on Shaheed Nelson, the most dangerous guy.
Look out! That's the ball game.
Slow it home by Robertson to seal the game.
And we're going to get a replay on this, but William Lee was the guy that stuck back to the board for 5 blocks. And how fitting is it that Anthony Robertson is the one to send this one down? He's been so good. All the little things that have happened, he's done that. And Anthony...
So yeah, it looks like Ty managed to keep the ball away from the Manchester players, so they couldn't get two hands on the ball to get that call.
Yeah. Good ball movement from the Giants. They're going inside. Taj Green with a huge throwdown. Let's watch this. Taj Green.
Oh my days.
He's not high enough.
Oh, it's locked in and locked in badly. And let's have 3 on none. And Bowman will go on his own with the windmill. Oh, Blake Bowman.
Wow. This quarter has started more in their favour. Tipped away from Ramon. Ramon won't give up on that one. Lisa Brandon somehow manages to get that out of the pack. Oh, Mark Hedrick foul! Serves a facial.
Free ball was really not falling for the Patriots today.
Shooting at 27%. So far, here's the dunk king. Goes for a 360. Two-hand. One in the books as we flick through the... Here's the two-handed 360 throwdown from James Hawthorne Jr. Could have been the dunk king.
Giants up by 3 now. Wang goes into the Eurostep. 5 Giants. Oh my goodness! Are you serious? Shaquem Johnson has just committed a crime. He puts them on a poster. Buenas noches, Ayasu Minasai. Good night to the Manchester Giants. Shaquem Johnson puts Ledger Burton on a poster.
And we're almost ready to go for the final 20 minutes of this BBL Trophy Semi-Final here in Ellesmere Port Sports Village. At the half, sees the Cheshire Phoenix in the ascendancy, 47 points to 39. And just had a look at them stats at half-time, didn't we, Salty? And there's not a great deal in them. The biggest one there, as you can see, the three-point attempts, 7 from 10, 70% so far from the Phoenix. And just one attempt made from the 4 from the Sharks. Rebounds, slightly better for the Phoenix. The offensive boards, 3 for the Phoenix and 4 for the Sharks. So more defensive boards for the Phoenix. I think I said to him, I think most of them came off that Marcus Delpeche play, didn't it, before? So
that's the game there, though, isn't it, Mark? In that 3-point field goals.
Yeah,
70% versus 25%. I mean, they haven't taken as many, but you know, you hit a couple of those, and it's a different ball game. So
again, what we said earlier about the Phoenix moving that ball round, that ball movement, that team play has created those good open look threes for the Phoenix, and that's one thing that the Coach Thomas has set his team up at the start of the season for, isn't it? With that 3-point threat. We know obviously Will Neighbour, we've seen that coming from Tajai Teague, we know Marcus Evans can do it, Maceo Jack, Jamal Anderson's opened so many games for the Phoenix with a triple this year, and when they move that ball round, they're giving the Phoenix them open looks, and tonight they've executed.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same on the other end too. When Sheffield have been moving the ball, they've been getting open shots too and been able to hit some open shots. So it's working for both teams. It just goes to show when you move the ball, you can find open shooters. Yeah. But I'm sure in the halftime speeches, both coaches will be saying, "Hey guys, we got 20 minutes. Leave everything out there."
Absolutely.
Going back.
Side move again there.
Right there, going back to what they'd done in the first quarter, straight away in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
They're going straight at Routinho.
That pressure on Routinho has caused him to pull his third foul. Less than a minute gone in this second half, and he immediately takes a seat. Kipper Nichols back into the action. So Coach Lyons is going to have to make some adjustments there. That's certainly not going to be his plan A now, is it?
No, and he will have the rotation. That is more to go now on with Sheffield. They'll concentrate more on that defensive rotation and help side.
Delpeche now looking for options, try to dish it over to Saeed Nelson, but you're going to do well to get it over Will Neighbour in that position. Phoenix now on the offense. Neighbour down low, going to work on Delpeche. That little hook shot. A superb play once again by Will Neighbour. He's firing on all cylinders tonight. Game high, 16 points personal to him. He opens the scoring in this second half.
Made famous by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A very hard shot to block, and a very good shot in your offensive repertoire.
Absolutely. Nichols from the opposite end tries his look from range. He's short. Larry Austin Jr. driving in. Teague looking for the triple. He's no good. Anderson over the top. Beautiful play by Jamal Anderson, and stuffed home by Tajai Teague.
He got him as well. He got him. Nice look again by Jamal Anderson to be able to first get this rebound. Watch Jamal here on the replay. Get the rebound, have heads up to flick it inside, and Kipper Nichols trying to get him from behind. Tough.
Nice skipper like that one, that's for sure. As you say, fantastic look, great awareness by Jamal Anderson. And that just comes from that experience, doesn't it? He's been around the league forever. And to have a guy like that on your team,
absolutely.
Situations like that just make all the difference. Ramsey driving inside, he looks to go over the top to Del Pesh. The alley-oop pass is good, he throws it down.
And that was late in the shot clock as well. On the drive, there was only 3 seconds left, so to throw that alley-oop up and get that is good play by the Sharks.
Del Pesh on to 12 points personal now. Teague going to work inside on Nichols, one way then the other. His little hook shot is good, but he's missed another couple. It's not the basket for the big men down there, is it, tonight?
Him and Del Pesh are looking to get offensive rebounds, looking to get their tally up.
Ramsey going to work inside, little floater, gets the kiss off the glass.
Nice little
That's
penetrate
good.
And see the help side of the Phoenix come into the paint and be able to put that little floater up. Nice play there.
Teague now for the Phoenix. Saw himself open, thought about the three, but gives it back to his skipper. Larry drives in and just overcooks. Lay in. Ramsey gives it to Del Pesh. He lays it in off the glass. And now the Sharks on a bit of a run themselves. Last 4 points to them. Drag it, deficit back to 6. 51-45, the Phoenix lead. Just short of 4 minutes of this second half gone. Neighbour, who's a bit slow getting that there. And Nelson capitalises on it. And a timeout's called immediately by Coach Thomas, just to stifle that Sharks run.
And this is good for the Sharks. They've got Cook off the court in foul trouble, Routinho off the court in foul trouble, and the other players are stepping up. Their rotations and defense is very good, and they're putting pressure on the offensive side for the Knicks, as we saw there. And they're able to get hands in passing lanes and get the ball down the court. So they're doing a great job of putting pressure on the defensive end, like we know they can.
You think Neighbour just wasn't aware that Nelson was on his shoulder there, because he just looked to give it up, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he didn't think he was going to get there in the first place, so thought, I'll just get back on defense or try and block it. So, but again, this is one of those timeouts where Coach Thomas will be saying, we need to stop this little run by Sheffield, and we need to get ourselves back in our offensive motion, because they're running dry on the offensive end at the moment.
Absolutely.
Apart from the big dunk by Taj. But.
Yeah. So the road to this semi-final for both teams in round one. They both took on First Division clubs. Phoenix, as we saw here early in the season, entertained Nottingham Hoods. They beat them quite comfortably in the end, but the Hoods put up a real good fight. It's only the second half they started to really fade away. And Phoenix took that 129-80. And the Sharks beat the Thames Valley Cavaliers in that first round, 98-66. Over at Ponds Forge. And then they both had tough away matches. Nelson steals it again. And nice off the glass reverse for Nelson.
And it's that hands,
when he gets going.
It's that hands in the passing lane again. They're putting so much pressure on hands in passing lanes, and they're turning defense into offense, which is normally something that the Phoenix do, and they're getting it turned on themselves tonight.
Well, reduces it just to a one-shot game now. Austin Jr. looking to drive in. Oh, he's turned it over again. Nelson again, alley-oop pass to Del Pesh. Makes no mistake, he likes that. The Sheffield Sharks following like that.
He's not going to miss something like that. Throw that up to him, he'll go get it. Nice play, Sheffield.
And it's tied things up halfway through the third quarter. We're at 51s. Phoenix need to get things going again. Will Neighbour just short on his 3 attempt. Ramsey out to Nichols. Nichols for 3. He's off.
Yeah, that's That's interesting. Sheffield are getting their hands in passing lanes, as we can see. Nelson there, Saeed Nelson getting his hands in and being able to finish. And we were speaking about him earlier on too, saying that he's been a bit quiet. Well, he's come to the party. Is that feed to Delpesh? Like I say, throw it up there, and he's going to throw that down. Here we go from another angle. Nice play by the Sheffield Sharks, getting out on the break.
Superb stuff there, yeah. Larry Austin and Tyler Teague taking a seat. Archibald and Jack in for the Phoenix. Will Neighbour driving in. Tough move there for Neighbour. Oh, and he's down in absolute agony. Wow. That doesn't look good for Will Neighbour. Man who's been leading the way for the Phoenix tonight. Let's just see what happened there. He got caught on the way in by... hit his leg on the way down, yeah.
He hit his head on Cook's knee on the way down.
Yeah. So some attention's being called to Will Neighbour. Laying prone on the ground there.
Yeah, it's a difficult one there. You could see he hit, and it was nothing to do. It was just people in the way, and he's falling to the ground and hit his head on Cook's knee on the way down.
So that's just quieting things here in EPSV while Will Neighbour gets some treatment. Doesn't look good anyway, whenever he's done. So just going back to what I was saying, how both teams reached this point. Both had tough quarter-final tasks. Phoenix down at Surrey Sports Park. Took that one in the end quite comfortably, but again they were pushed all the way. It was laid on in that second half. But they took that one 93 points to 74. Sheffield with one of the biggest results of the season. Certainly in the last round, one of the two big shocks of that round. Away at Leicester in a fantastic game. Taking that just by a single point, 78 points to 79. In some respects, I think that's probably a slightly bigger shot than Caledonia beating Lions that night.
Yeah, and you see the games going into the games, and you kind of think where things are going to go, and those two games you didn't think would go that way, but you know, fair play to these other teams that they're getting up for it and comes to the trophy. And like I said earlier, still got that fire in the belly to make this, to get themselves some silverware, and that's what's happened both with Sheffield and Caledonia.
And then Leicester came here and Phoenix suffered the backlash from that.
With good teams like that, something's always going to change in that next game, and when you look at it, you kind of don't want to be the next game coming up on the back of a loss from a team like that.
Yeah, and a huge performance that night by the player of the month as well in that Leicester game, Kimball McKenzie. What a display he put on. 31 points I think he got in that night, as though it matched his career high.
Yeah, he played really well, and he has been playing well all season. As we see, Will Neighbour been able to actually sit up for the first time, so that's good.
Yeah, I think he's seeing stars at the moment, but that's certainly a positive sign. Yeah, I say Kimball, very well deserved Player of the Month award. Earned himself a call up into the GB squad. Didn't make the first game, but played against Serbia last week. And the Coach of the Month, Caledonia Gladiators, Gareth Murray. Coach of the Month curse seemed to strike again on Saturday. Last night, when they went down 99-92 down at Surrey Sports Park.
Yes.
Surrey, Coach Gardner gaining just their third win of the season. So it's amazing how many times that happens, isn't it? People don't believe in these curses, but there's got to be something in it.
Yep. There is. Yeah. I guess I guess if you look into it long enough, you'll find something in with it. But it was good to see Will Naver being able to get off the floor and walk into the locker room on his own. And it's good to see Gareth Murray get Coach of the Month as well. I was able to talk to Gareth, and he was saying that in the second of the GB games, they were able to play a lot of their juniors and get them familiar with the system.
Yeah. Nice to see, and hopefully a bright future for the GB game. And if this league continues from strength to strength, those homegrown players can be developed as well. It'll all bode well for the national team, because any sport, I think certainly as far as this country is concerned, needs a successful national team to be, for the sport as a whole to be really successful. Great D there from Jamal Anderson. The way he battled inside there, forced Bennett Cook into a full shot off the glass, and then fumbled the rebound and turned the ball over back into the hands of the Phoenix.
Yeah, and it was he had position and everything, did Bennett Cook, so he was just unable to finish. He was trying to get himself a little bit closer when he maybe should have finished a little bit earlier.
Marcus Evans, nice move round his back. Left Ramsey just grasping at air, but he couldn't execute it. And Sharks come away with it again. Cook to Pitkins. Pitkins with wrap around pass to Glasgow Junior. He's no good. And Evans now with the ball once again for the Phoenix. Anderson going all the way in himself, off the glass, and a charging foul given against Jamal Anderson. Cook getting into position early.
Yeah, it was a great call there. Bennett Cook looked like he was there for a bit, standing still outside the semicircle and taking that charge, as we can see here in the replay.
Yeah. Good stand there by Cook. Anderson high off the glass, no good. And the ball back in the hands of the Sharks skipper, Rodney Glasgow Jr. 3:20 of this third quarter to go. The scores remain at 51 apiece. Pitkins out to Ramsey. Ramsey from way downtown, and nothing but string from Devell Ramsey. Came from Stockton Kings in the NBA G League, an affiliation of Sacramento Kings. So he's got good pedigree. And at the other end, Maceo Jack nonchalantly replies with a triple of his own.
That was good defense as well. There was a hand in his face, but again, good defense, good offense.
Pitkins again to Ramsey. Ramsey just directing traffic. High screen there by Cook. Ramsey, nice long two there. Cook just bought Ramsey that space. And a nice pull-up. High arcing two. That's trademark back of the day Sheffield shooting that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a nice shot actually. Made a little bit of space and be able to rise up for that. Nice.
Archibald, brilliant move at the other end as well. Just bought himself half a yard. Superb finger roll with his hang time there.
And it's great attacking, aggressive attacking the basket from the Phoenix.
Claims that the referee missed a double dribble there, but doesn't matter.
Oh, nice
Beautiful
pass.
play. Oh, Anderson just fumbles it. That would have been a nice play there. Great vision by Archibald. And an offensive foul. Offensive foul there. Blocking foul by David Ulf. Big step across. You see that deep three by Devell Ramsey. And again, that high screen by Cook. Buying Ramsey that space for the nice pull-up. So we're tied at 56 is Saeed Nelson.
Oh, nice.
Not for long. Saeed Nelson lays it in. Takes him into double figures. 10 points personal for him now. 1:15 of this third quarter left. Sharks lead by 2. Evans for the Phoenix. Shot clock dropping down. Nice spin move for Marcus Evans! And off the glass for the and one. Superb play by Evans. Foul on Kipper Nichols. And Marcus Evans will go to the line for the bonus.
And I think this is what I was talking about earlier in the first half. There was a lot of dribble, and it was kind of late in the shot clock, and he had to get something done. But aggressive attack into the basket, and he was fouled in the process and strong enough to finish. So as much as that's a good shot, you can kind of see in probably in coaches' minds that, you know, we're running it down too late and something just had to be done then.
Yep. And he can't convert the bonus. Jordan Ratinho on for Kipper Nichols. Nelson into the final 60 seconds of this third quarter. Everything's still tied again, this time at 58. Ratinho to Nelson. Nelson guarded by Anderson. He looks to go one way, then the other. Buys himself some space.
Shot.
Again, left Anderson chasing shadows. Great work by Saeed Nelson. And the lead flip-flops back the Sharks' way.
He must have heard that I said he was having a quiet first half, because he's turned up now.
Marcus Evans now with the step away. Back rim. Out to Nelson. And the final shot looking now to be taken by the Sharks. Shot clock off. 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Nelson just steadying things down, ready for the final burst. And the final burst is from himself, going all the way in. And a foul called on Maceo Jack. And Nelson will go to the line for 2 shots. You see Nelson, great work there. Went one way, then the other. Just dropped it in.
Nice footwork there by Saeed Nelson.
Nelson on the line for 2. Good with his first one. And there's been a couple of other games taking place early on this afternoon. Back in League Championship action. And Manchester Giants have taken a big win away at Bristol Flyers. They took that 86-81. Flyers were in the lead for a lot of that.
Oh,
and David Ulf with a chance to pull something back right at the death off that second free throw miss from Nelson. But it's a 3-point game as we go into this final stanza. Sharks lead by 61 points to 58. And just the other game taking place this afternoon, again 4 p.m. tip-off down in the capital. And London Lions strengthen their lead, taking a 99 points to 67 win over the Caledonia Gladiators. So not a good weekend for Coach Murray in his journey down south.
He's had a long couple of weeks too as Coach Murray. He's been over with the GB team, and he's been trying to take care of Gladiator duties as well. So he's had a very busy 2 or 3 weeks.
He'd have clocked up some air miles, wouldn't he? That's for sure.
He might get a free trip somewhere.
We see that play early on. There's been a couple of highlight reels tonight. That certainly being one of them. Nelson to Del Pesh for the alley-oop. So it's all to play for as we enter this final quarter of this BBL Trophy Semi-Final. We knew it was going to be a tight one, and so far has not disappointed. Game high, 16 points apiece, Will Neighbour and Marcus Del Pesh. Saeed Nelson on 13 for the Sharks, and just one more player in double figures so far. That's Marcus Evans for the Phoenix.
It's going to be interesting rotations-wise for Phoenix without Will Neighbour in there anymore. See how their rotations go for that, and also depending on this fourth quarter how rotations are going to go for the Sheffield Sharks as well, because they've got Ratinho on 3 fouls and also Cook on 3 fouls. So if they pick up early fouls, they'll have a different look at rotations as well. So there's a couple of interesting looks that are going to happen, and we'll see how it pans out in this next 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Will Neighbour's still in the locker room. And Phoenix will start this final quarter with Austin Jr., Jack, Archibald, Ulf and Teague. And Sharks with Glasgow Jr., Nichols, Nelson, Ratinho and Del Pesh. And the ball is in the hands of the Phoenix for this first offence of this final stanza. Who will be in Glasgow at the end of the month? Archibald for three, and that's a long three from Amari Archibald. Ties things up once again.
You could tell after his offensive rebound, where he got the rebound and then shot out to the three-point line, that was going to fly all day.
That takes him into double figures as well. 12 points personal tonight for Archibald. His second triple, 100% he is from beyond the arc. And Archibald comes away with it once again for the Phoenix. He's starting to feel it. And a foul called on Marcus Delpeche.
He's
pleading his innocence, as they all do.
He's contesting this too, and it was quite obvious that he had a hold of Dave Wolf as he was trying to go to the basket. So
that's his second of the night. Beautiful all-string three there from Amari Archibald. Austin Jr. now inside to Teague. Nice pass there. Teague reverse off the glass. As the Phoenix skipper signals he'd seen him inside. He's got the look. Nichols inside to Glasgow Jr. Gives it back to Nichols. Nichols over the top and just crept home.
A nice little hesitation there from Kipper Nichols as well, just to throw the defence off. Cleared him a bit of open space to hit that jumper.
Ties things up once again. Archibald just off there with his three-point attempt. It's his first blemish from beyond the arc tonight. Tino now for the Sharks, drives in, over the top, he overcooks his layup, and Austin Jr. just rescues the ball before going out of play. Ulf and Delpeche getting tangled up on the way back there. Ulf with a big rebound at the other end. Great work by David Ulf. Keeps the ball in the Phoenix hands. Tajay Teague spins one way, then the other, and muscles. Marcus Delpeche there.
And the referee's given Delpeche a flop warning as well. It did look like very minimal contact for him to fall the way he did as well. So that'll probably be why it's a flop warning.
Delpeche inside, going to work the other end. And a strong defensive play again by David Ulf. He looks fired up for this one. As we said, a man that needs to step into the big shoes that's been left by Big Mike since his departure. And he's not disappointed tonight, that's for sure.
And it's no surprise to see Bennett Cook back in the game. He didn't start this quarter, but I thought he'd be back in quite quickly.
Delpeche takes a seat. Cook back in. Teague down low. Off the glass for Teague. It might be Sunday night, but the bank is open here in Ellesmere Port.
You like that one, Freddie? Cheesy for me.
Mixed reaction here from the table. Tajay Teague takes him on to 8 points. He's starting to come alive as well. Saw that big play against Delpeche before, and then high off the glass there.
And he needs to step up too. They need his offensive ability out there as well.
Absolutely, as Ramsey battles his way through the trees, lays it in.
He's been playing well tonight.
Yeah, that takes him into double figures. That's him on 11 points personal. And these little guys are not afraid of mixing it up with the big fellas, are they?
They love it.
Teague from way downtown for three. Oh, in and out. His second attempt at a three tonight. Cook back to Ramsey. Down low to Nichols. Marked by Teague. Nelson wide open for three. Back iron no good. And Archibald gets the ball.
Oh, nice block, Cook.
Oh, and a
nice
foul
block.
called in the end. Where was the foul on? And the foul was on the second one, not the first one. And he came underneath Larry there. I think that was probably deemed as maybe a dangerous play there.
And do you know what? For being on 3 fouls, Bennett Cook to race back like that, contest that shot and get that block, that's brilliant play. Brilliant hustle and brilliant heads-up play by Bennett Cook. But then again, on the offensive end, that's a great follow-up by the rest of the players as well.
Absolutely.
Archibald to the basket here. You've got Larry Austin Jr. And you've got Dave Ulf coming as well. So
if nothing was blown, Ulf was there for a free put back money.
He was going to have 2 points against his name.
And both good from the free throw line by the Phoenix skipper. But as we said, it's a semi-final. Everything's got to be laid on the line.
Yeah, you got to chase those balls down. And as a coach, you want them to chase those, even if they think they're going to make it, because it's all about the mindset of it.
Absolutely.
It's all about mindsets.
And good hustle on the D again from the Phoenix. Pipkins still with the ball though for the Sharks. Shot clock getting down low. And a flop warning this time given on Austin Jr.
And that's great consistency, because like we had just on the Sheffield end with Del Pesh, there was a flop warning, and here we go on the Phoenix end with a flop warning. Good consistency there by our 3 referees.
And we've seen that right from the outset tonight, haven't we? From that very first call.
Yeah, doing a good job.
That's all the players want. Yeah, good call there, as you said. Amari Archibald getting a good round of applause from this home crowd. He's certainly settled into this rotation. 12 points personal for him tonight.
And I'm sure we'll see him again tonight soon.
David Ulf under
and he's
intense pressure.
He's just drawn it on Bennett Cook.
That's a big foul there. Great play by David Ulf. And that puts Bennett Cook on 4 fouls. Still 5:27 of this game to go. And coach Atiba Lyons has got no
He's got no option but to take him out.
Just take him out.
Yeah, and Bennett Cook's a smarter player than that too. With the ball going to Dave Ulf, I didn't think he would have jumped for that. I thought he would have just been in front. But yep, that's got his 4th foul, and he'll spend a little bit of time on the bench. We'll see him again, most definitely.
David Ulf short with his first. And a couple of bounces and out with the second. So Phoenix still with a 2-point advantage. 5:20 of this contest left. They lead 69 points to 67. This one is going right down to the wire. You got that feeling. And Nelson once again takes him on to 15 points personal.
Nice and calm.
He's doing it for Sheffield. And the ball game is tied once again at 69s. Tajay Teague.
Nice
beautiful play by Tajay Teague.
Nice.
And stuffs it down with authority.
He gave a little fake to the outside to Larry Austin, which put the defense in a couple of 2 minds, and the lane to the basket opened up for him.
And he's doing it at the other end as well. Tajay Teague now fired up for the Phoenix. Beautiful defensive play there. Forced Pipkins into the fumble. As we see this move here, once he got that first step on Nichols, there was only going to be one result there.
Yeah, and again, I'm sure Coach Lyons will be asking where the help side was for that as well.
Marcus Evans out for the Phoenix. Still lead by 2. Oh, and a foot called on Ramsey. Thought he was away there.
Unlucky too, because he's putting that pressure on.
Just caught his foot as Marcus Evans tried to put it back through his legs there. Evans on the ball once again. Teague again with the 3.
Travel.
Oh, and he gets away with the travel, he got away with the travel there.
I thought he did as well.
And great defensive work by Larry Austin Jr. He's fired up for that one. Intercepts the inbound. That was a strange one on that last play, because there was not one person on the Sheffield bench look for the travel on that.
The only thing I can think of is that it got hit out of his arm.
No, it didn't.
I was going to say it got hit out of his arms.
Wow, he got away with one there, but superb play by Austin Jr. at the other end. His quick hands. That's no wonder he's the number one in steals. I was going to say stealer again, but I don't think that's right, is it? In steals in the league.
And just
top pickpocket of the year.
And just the mindset of him to have to put that pressure on after a made basket like that, when there's a bit of confusion with everyone and they're looking to contest some calls and stuff, and they're not expecting them to put that pressure on. So for Larry Austin Jr. to put that pressure on, that's great heads-up play.
Absolutely. And just changes. You say about momentum switches and this is a game of runs. Could have just tipped things the Phoenix way once again in a tight game. 4:10 of this semi-final remaining. The Phoenix fans are on their feet as they come back into the arena.
And it's the business end of the game right here. 4 minutes 10. It's only a 4-point game. This is where you see the stars of the team being able to step up, make big plays, and take their team to victory. But we'll see who's able to step up tonight.
The noise levels are cranked up a notch or two as well. Anderson for the triple. No good. What a big rebound by Tajay Teague. Wow. His hand extension there was something else. Reminiscent of Calvin Davis back in the day.
Yeah, well, yeah. Inspector Gadget arms was Calvin Davis.
Absolutely. Fantastic performance, rebound there by Tajay Teague. As Saley started to come alive in this one. Well, he certainly did there. Foul at the other end by David Ulf. This time on Cook.
They will like that matchup, Sheffield. David Ulf, Marky Bennett Cook, they'll like that, and they'll be going back to that, I'm sure.
That's his second foul. Look at that put back by Teague. And Ulf gets a rebound. Gives it to his skipper. Larry Austin Jr. just calms things down. Gets things going again for the Phoenix.
They're getting late into the shot clock
Jr.
again.
Going one way, then the other. Nelson gets a hand on it. Austin tried to get the rebound, but he was just crowded out. And Ramsey just calms things down at the other end for the Sharks. Pitkins now with the ball. Under pressure from Anderson. Back in the hands of Ramsey. Shot clock down to 6. Jordan Ratinho goes to work. And
nice move, Ratinho. That was a nice spin
foul
move right there.
Again on David Ulf. And Jordan Ratinho goes. I'm surprised he didn't get called for basket interference there, because he took the net, didn't he?
They're asking for it. They're asking for it.
Yeah, I think he's got a case there.
Well, I don't know. What you've got to look at for a goaltend like that is, did the ball have a chance of going in? And with that being so far on the opposite side of the rim, I would say no.
I thought if you hit the net now, it was if a shot was up.
But it all depends. Did the ball have a chance of going in the basket? You can't just throw a ball up. It's got no chance, and you hit the rim and say, "Oh, okay, goal interference." It has to have a chance to be able to go in.
Jordan Ratinho good with 2. As we just saw another replay of that putback from Tajay Teague. Incredible wingspan there. Takes him on to 14 points personal. As said, the Phoenix big men having to step up now. Will Neighbours out of the action, and they've certainly done that in this last 5-10 minutes or so.
They've left it late again. It's a dribble. Marcus Evans, they're trying to get it into Teague, but they're taking so long to get that ball into them. They've now only got 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
A timeout called by Coach Summers. 2:38 of this semi-final tie left. The Phoenix lead 75-71.
They need to be able to see those mismatches a lot earlier and get the play going a lot more quicker, because they're not leaving themselves enough time And Sheffield will just be sitting there thinking, brilliant, we'll take this.
Tajai Teague taking this game by the scruff of the neck. He scored the last 6 Phoenix points. So they give them that 4-point lead going into, let's say, the business end of this game. 2:40 left. Phoenix lead by 4. I said earlier on, the Sharks, 5 years since they were last in the trophy final, 10 years since they won it. And the last meeting between these two teams back in the league on the 29th of December was the Phoenix 50th win against the Sharks in all competitions over the years. Only the 3rd team to clock up 50 wins against them. Teague off. And Cook grabs the rebound. Only Newcastle and Leicester, the other 2 teams to clock up that many wins against the Sharks over those years. Nelson, tough work inside. He gets bumped by David Ulf once again. And that's going to be David Ulf's 4th foul, I think. There it is. Good work by Ulf, though, tonight. He steps into the breach. Just 3 points, 4 rebounds. Well, he's done some sterling work in that Phoenix defence.
He's had to step up a little bit into that rotation. And I thought Coach Thomas may have gone. He kept it with the two bigs out there. I thought he might have gone a little smaller and matched what Sheffield had, because he's got that option as well to do that with Routinho playing the 4 spot.
Well, that rotation has moved around now with the substitution. And Saeed Nelson good with both of those free throws. That takes him on to game high, 18 points personal. And just a one-shot game again. 75-73 the Phoenix lead. Just over 2 minutes of this tie left. Who will be in Glasgow at the end of March?
And there we go again.
Going right down to the wire. Teague once again. Say late in the shot, late in the day, the shot clock. Nelson at the other end, high off the glass. Archibald gets his crucial hand in there.
Great contest there. Good attack to the basket, good contest, just good
Ramsey
basketball.
had his path blocked, forces him into a short shot, but Ramsey gets him his own rebound. Ball moved well for the Sharks, and Nelson with the triple from the side. And he gives the Sharks the lead. They're up by 1 with 90 seconds of this contest left.
Nice ball movement by Sheffield to find the open man. Routinho even giving up a shot to make that extra pass.
Teague, good ball movement this time by the Phoenix. Archibald for 3, no good, and Teague gets the rebound. Gives it out to Evans for the triple! Oh! He brings this crowd to its feet and gives the Phoenix the lead back, 78-76, as we enter the final 60 seconds.
Big offensive rebounds for the Knicks have got them that open three-pointer as well.
Absolutely. Saeed Nelson, he's off. Larry Austin.
Nice play!
Oh, my goodness!
Oh my!
Brings this EPSB crowd to its feet. What a play!
Not only the crowd to its feet, I think you jumped up a couple of feet, Mark, and I haven't seen you jump like that even when you were playing. Jamal Anderson's loving it as well.
What a play!
Great defensive steal by Larry Austin Jr. And it was Tajai Teague that got the offensive board that got Marcus Evans that open jump shot, and then Larry Austin Jr. You're always going to look when he's going downhill like that, and that's probably what Routinho thought. He's going straight to the basket, and he was able to feed off for the big dunk from Jamal.
Absolutely fantastic play there Larry Austin, no-look pass, and Jamal Anderson stuffs it home. As you say, gets everyone here in EPSV on their feet.
Freddie, was there a shot of Mark jumping off the seat there? It gave me a fright. Gave me a fright, to be honest.
Well, if there's anything registered on the Richter scale, that would have been me.
There's a big 45 seconds left in this game.
Absolutely.
Sharks are only 4 points down. This definitely ain't over. We know that for a fact. And they've got their shooters coming out on the field. Kipper Nichols getting back in there. This game definitely ain't over. So it's going to be a great last 45 seconds here.
Absolutely. No quarter after given all through this tie as we expected. Silverware on the line. And a showpiece final at the end of this month. And the game has certainly lived up to expectations. Ramsey in and out. Great work on the defence as well there. Boxing out by Tajai Teague. Just took Bennett Cook out of the option to get the rebound. And a foul there called on Deville Ramsey as Archibald was trying to dribble the ball out of his own defensive half. Coach Thomas using up his last time out here.
He'll be wanting to use this to explain to the players we're now in time management zone. We've got the ball, we've got 33 seconds. I mean, they've had enough practice of letting the clock kick down, the shot clock click down. That's for sure. So he'll be explaining to them we need to get it down. We need it to get a last second shot to leave them as less time on the clock to get a shot off themselves. On the opposite end, Coach Lyon will say, hey, we need to get up on defense, so we need to press, we need to put them under pressure.
Absolutely, yeah. I think this ball obviously is going to be in the Phoenix half, which, as you say, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it, the choice. You lose the shot clock if you move it forward, but then you're inviting that defence right onto you with the press, aren't you? So it's all about, like you say, that ball management, that time management, looking after the ball, and using the clock. The clock's the Phoenix friend at the moment.
Yeah, and the Sheffield Sharks have done a really great job of putting the guards under pressure and being able to get a few steals. But interestingly, Coach Thomas is advancing the ball. We're going up into the front court with 14 seconds.
Shows how much we know.
That was you. I didn't say anything. I know not to say anything until it happens, then I'll comment.
So maybe the former rather than the latter didn't want to put himself under pressure.
They need to get the ball moving, though.
Yeah.
They need to get the ball moving.
Nice movement there. They are moving the ball around. Evans draws the foul. Pitkins.
I don't know if that was part of the defensive strategy, I'll be honest. They only had
4 seconds on the clock.
4 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
And then to foul them.
And in the penalty as well.
Well, you would have. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see whether that was a strategy, because you got 4 seconds left with Marcus Evans.
Seems up a bit
near
strange,
the half,
doesn't
up
it?
near the half court.
Near
the half court, you would have just relied on your defense to stay in front.
Marcus Delpesh comes off and Bennett Cook back on as well. Evans with the first. Either way, it's going to be a two-shot game. Whether he scores or misses this, he gets them both. And that two-shot game means 2 triples now for the Sharks if they're going to send this into overtime.
Yep.
Nelson with the ball. He's going all the way, weaving round the Phoenix defence. Just 2 points. 15.9 seconds left.
And the Phoenix defence was left them to have that too. They thought, we'll let you have that too. It's now going to come in here. They're probably going to, and they're taking Bennett Cook out so that they've got another foul to give. They don't want him to foul. So they're going to foul on this inbounds, and they'll want to foul as quick as they can.
Ball's got to go in. Marcus Evans. Oh, he's fumbled it. And the Sharks have turned the ball over.
Like I said, the game's not over.
Absolutely.
They only just need they'll give another 2 points here, and it's only a one-shot game. So
Have we got some more twists and turns?
Don't want to get a quick shot off here, Sheffield.
Phoenix defence needs to be on the money now. Deville Ramsey gets it out to Nichols. Nichols for the 3 attempt. He's short. Ramsey gets the rebound.
Oh, and he turns it over.
Marcus Evans gets the ball. And that sees the Cheshire Phoenix into the 2023 BBL Trophy Final. For the second year running, they will go all the way to the final to defend their trophy, which they won north of the border 12 months ago. And Coach Thomas, chance to get his 3rd piece of silverware whilst at the helm of this Phoenix organisation. What a game we've seen here tonight. We knew it would be a showcase event, and it's not let us down from second one to the end of the 40th minute.
No, and it's been really good play by both sides as well. They've definitely put a spectacle on for this crowd here and for all you viewing this game. What a brilliant spectacle for the BBL and these two teams being able to play. Sheffield can hold their heads high. They're quite a new team. They've added some new things. They've gelled together quite a bit, and they just came up short tonight a little bit. But they've been doing really well, and they done really well in this game as well.
Absolutely. We're going to get Coach Thomas in for a very quick word. So, Cheshire Phoenix 82-78 victors. Well done, Ben. Congratulations. Second final in 2 years, back to back. You did go all the way to defend your trophy. How does that feel?
Yeah, amazing. Obviously, made tough work of it during the game. 2 bad quarters, the first and the third, but 2 great quarters in the second and the fourth, and we really showed a lot of character to get that win.
Absolutely. I mean, it's in front of your home crowd, I know, but it was a game that was always going to be tight from right from the beginning, right to the end. Sheffield were never going to make it easy task, that's for sure. And it was a showcase event, and the boys stepped up well for you to see you over the line.
Yeah, massive. I mean, look, we know Sheffield are tough. They really make games ugly, and they did for us at times. The third quarter, how little points we scored. But like I said, we showed great character, and we made big plays down the stretch. Obviously, fought with Will. Hopefully, he's okay, and we can get him healthy as quickly as possible. But look, let's just go and enjoy this one tonight.
Absolutely, I'll let you go and enjoy it.
All right, cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Well done. And we'll see Coach Thomas up in Glasgow at the end of this month, 26th of March, defending his title. And it's become synonymous, I suppose, this trophy for the Phoenix and the Jets / Phoenix organisation over the years. If they win this, they'll just be one behind the Newcastle Eagles in terms of victories. Eagles have won it 7 times. Phoenix second in the charts, 5 victories already. There's some big plays down the stretch here, as we saw Tajay Teague with that putback. Marcus Evans with that triple. Again, big work by Teague. And this play by Austin Jr., the no-look pass to Jamal Anderson, and stuffed it home and brought everyone in Ellesmere Port to their feet.
And if you have a look at those big plays near the end, it was all team orientated. So there wasn't just one player doing this, doing that, taking it on its own. You noticed that it was more than one player, and it was a team. I'm getting put off by these supporters. Look at them. There's Lewis, Coach Thomas's brother, in the background waving out as well.
His mum.
and his mum. So, but yeah, it was teamwork that got those big plays in. You got Tajay Green with the big offensive board for Marcus Evans 3-pointer, and it was a team feel for it, and that's what got them. I think that's what got them this win tonight.
Absolutely, and Coach Thomas even alluded at the end there that players stepped up and big time plays when it was needed, and in tight games. That's the difference, isn't it?
Well, you had a little bit of even Dave Olf stepping up when Will Neighbour had to go off. And then again, the team feel. You had those other, Archibald coming up, stepping up and hitting a couple. Maceo Jack stepping up, hitting a couple. So again, a team effort for that. But again, we have to stress we can't take nothing away from Sheffield Sharks. They've come out and made this performance. It made the Phoenix have to work very hard for it, and they've performed well themselves. And their new signings, I think, have done a great job in gelling with the team.
Absolutely, yeah. So Cheshire Phoenix will go on to contest the BBL Trophy in Glasgow on the 26th of March. The next home games for the Sharks is this Friday, the 10th of March. They will take on Caledonia. That could have been a warm-up for that trophy final, not to be. And the Phoenix are at home against the Bristol Flyers back here in EPSV next Sunday, the 12th of March, 5:30 p.m. So just a quick mention as well to Paul Brown, part of the Sharks organisation, for some fantastic stats he's given me that I've used tonight. Some historical stuff as far as the Sharks are concerned. I don't know if he's the archivist for the Sheffield Sharks, but he certainly should be.
You know what? I thought you sounded a bit like you knew a bit more than normal. So yeah. Now I know why.
I never take the glory. I always give the credit where it's due. So as I say, the hometown team crowd will go home very, very happy, booking their seats on the coach for the trip north of the border later on this month, when the 2023 BBL Trophy Final will be contested by the Caledonia Gladiators and the Cheshire Phoenix. Phoenix hoping for back-to-back victories. It's been a fantastic night, fantastic game, a semi-final worthy of that. We hope you've all enjoyed it. We certainly have here. From myself, Mark Timperley, and Salty.
Thanks for having me again.
Everyone out there, stay safe, take care, and good night.
What's in a name? It's legacy, it's history, it's respect. And this season, names become legend. This is passion, this is power, this is our culture. This is Newcastle, Bristol, Caledonia, Sheffield, Plymouth, London, Manchester, Surrey, Cheshire, Leicester. This is basketball. So know our passion, our power, our culture. Know our name.